and owned by Dominic Pritzel of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Entry 2950 was second, CBVGGP Jack Don't Forget Me, owned by Colton and Kate Huffman from Summershade, Kentucky. There were 10 heads shown in that winter yearling class. And finally, from our fall yearling class, where there were 6 heads shown, entry 2957 was first, Jacory's Latimer Schitzel, owned by Kalina Rhodes of Ole, Pennsylvania. And 2962 was second, Prairie Moon Java Lavender, leased by Abby Gehring and owned by Garrett Lambert, Matt Hakes, and Philip Hawks of Homestead, Iowa. That makes a total of 145 heifers shown in our International Guernsey Show.
For those of you following along in your Brown Swiss show catalog, I will give the results of the Brown Swiss 5-year-old cow class. Entry 3564 was 10th. Entry 3575 was 9th and 3rd junior. Entry 3660 was 8th. 3567 was 7th. 3568 was 6th. 3572 was 5th and 2nd junior. Hill over Hearts Thunder Daisy, owned by Leaer and L. Kuhn of Red Hook, New York. Entry 3565 was 4th and 1st junior. Random Luck Victory Rose, owned by Matthew Thompson of Darlington, Wisconsin. Entry 3659 was 3rd. IE Double W Wisdom Cat, owned by Landon Knapp of Epworth, Iowa. Entry 3574 was your 2nd place entry and the production award winner. Richie View Nuck Humdinger, owned by Kenny Joe Mannion, Kelly Mannion, and Elite Dairy 3 of Copake, New York. And your winning entry was 3569. She was also the best bred and owned and best udder of the class. Brown Heaven Carter Felby, owned by Milk Source and Brown Heaven of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Now in the class are the Brown Swiss aged cows, 6 years old and over.
A couple other announcements in our Guernsey show. We have the awards for Premier Breeder of the Heifer Show. That award goes to Golden Pines Guernseys of Wisconsin. Congratulations. Our Premier Exhibitor of the Heifer Show is Spring Hill Farms from Ohio. Congratulations to them. And the Premier Sire of the Heifer Show is Spring Hill James Dean.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you would, please congratulate all these Guernsey heifer exhibitors. It's been an exceptional show here this morning. Herbie and I have pulled out our 5 favorites. The winning December calf, a heifer again that's so long and extreme in her frame, a beautiful head and neck, a high-style heifer with beautiful feet and legs. The fall calf, a calf that's all balance. You love her dairy strength, her width, the drape to her rib, the width out through her hooks and pins and thurls. Our winning summer yearling, another heifer that's all style. You just love her length of frame and her straightness of lines. Maybe not that extreme depth to her rib structure, but a beautiful heifer in her own right. Then our winning spring yearling, a heifer that's so extreme with dairy strength, hardness at top, so much width out through her rump structure. And then again, our winning winter yearling, a heifer that's just all quality and balance from end to end. I'm going to go out, congratulate your junior, reserve, and honorable mention in that order. And if you would, please congratulate these exhibitors. And they've done an exceptional job today in presenting these heifers. So again, congratulations to all the Guernsey exhibitors.
Judge Top has completed his placings in the 6-year-old cow and older class. There were 15 entries in this class. And I'd like to draw your attention to the first place bred and owned. She is entry 3582. She is Cutting Edge F. Farrow, owned by Kenny Joe Mannion, Kelly Mannion, and Elite Dairy 3 of Copake, New York. And your winning junior in this class is entry 3593, Greystone Kingpin Gitana, owned by Amelia Summers of Walton, New York. Your third place entry is entry 3584, Double W Richard Baltimore, owned by Fairdale Farm, LLC of Worthville, Kentucky. And your second place entry is also your production winner. She is entry 3587, Iroquois Acres Total Candy, owned by Brian Pacheco of Kerman, California. And the winning entry and best udder goes to entry 3588, Brown Heaven Carter Tootie, owned by Brian Pacheco of Kerman, California. Congratulations. Judge Top with your comments.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some deep water out here. These top 4 cows just sort themselves to the top quite handily, and it wasn't the easiest class, but I tell you break this first cow down, just a cow that spells so much balance all the way through. What takes her over this first or second place cow? When you get behind her, she's got a little more definition of that seam. When you get in front of her, she's got a little more power, a little motor all the way through. Not to take anything away from the beautiful dairy cow coming out in second. Just don't have that pop to the rear udder to get around this first prize cow today. But that second cow uses that overall dairiness. She's cleaner up through her head and neck, cleaner up over her shoulder. We prefer the way that fore udder blends into the body wall just a smidge nicer than the big rear udder cow coming out here in third. Cow in third, you get behind her. You love that height and width of rear udder, that veination on that mammary system. It is that veination, that height and width that takes her over the real dairy cow coming out here in fourth. Cow in fourth over the cow in fifth. She's longer from end to end, longer and cleaner up through her head and neck. Shows us a little more cleanliness down through her bone structure than the real balanced cow coming here in fifth. Fifth over sixth, we're giving the advantage just to that snugness to the rear udder. She's a little nicer at the top of the rear udder, a little nicer turn to the top of the rear udder than the real dairy cow coming out here in sixth. Sixth over seventh, we're just using that strength over that top line. Love the seventh cow and just like to bring them pins down a little bit to get any higher in the class today. But what an awesome class of age cows. Let's give them a nice round of applause.